This is Christina with DC Anime Review, and joining me is Pooja and Doreen, and we're going to be discussing Moriarty.
For those of you who don't know what that is, Moriarty the Patriot released in fall 2020 of October, and it just finished. When the fuck did this finish? It finished June 27th, 2021, because it had to go on a hiatus because the manga wasn't done. But for those of you who don't know what this anime is about, if you know what Sherlock Holmes is, you'll know what this anime is. It's basically a homage to Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly. So it's a whole detective thing, and we have two rivals that go up against each other, and they have different viewpoints of what is right for justice. Mm-hmm. One looks to get rid of everybody, and the other one wants more of a peaceful way of going about it and let the feds deal with everything.
Moriarty just wants to get rid of the rich people.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Because they're corrupt. And it's true. They are corrupt.
Yeah. They are very corrupted, and he wanted to get rid of all the nobles. So and give rights to the commoners. People who were mistreated by these nobles. And his way is just wiping them out of society, just completely wipe them out. But like Sherlock Holmes does not think that way. He solved crimes, but he served them like they get arrested, like they go to jail for what they did, not to kill them. But Moriarty doesn't think that way. He thinks that the best way of seeking justice is to eliminate them once and for all.
Like they don't deserve to live at all.
They don't deserve to live, exactly. And everybody in this goddamn show is too handsome. What the shit?
I know, they're dreamy. I remember the end of that opening, like the first season with the rain and all. Oh my god, they were so dreamy. All of them were so like all girls were fall right over him, all over these characters, especially Moriarty.
Everybody in this show is handsome. Like, what the hell? Like, what happened with this show? Everyone's handsome.
Probably they're trying just to increase the girl audience, so they did it on purpose for you guys.
I guess.
And I think it is because they want to be like, okay, are you more Sherlock Holmes team, or you're more like on Moriarty team? Like which side you guys are on. And like someone, like either they want the detective, they're attracted to the detective, or they're attracted to the one who's trying to wipe the normal out of the society, out of the system. Thank you.
Like you. You're Team Moriarty, Doreen, I know that.
He is streaming, but it's hard because I'm between with Albert and.
Excuse me, no dibs on Albert. He's mine. I've claimed him already.
Oh, right? I thought it was gonna be.
No, you're not allowed to have dibs. No dibs. You're not allowed.
And I feel bad. And I feel Louis is adorable.
I know.
I feel bad.
Louis is a sweetheart. I love him too. I like all three of the brothers.
I love them all. I love the story of how it all started and how they end up being brothers in the first place.
Well, actually, the show, it starts off with Moriarty. It doesn't start off with Sherlock, and you see that Moriarty and Lewis, that they're orphans, and they get adopted into Albert's family. And then it's like Albert sees how corrupt his family is and how corrupt society is, and he's like, okay, well, let's kill my family, and you two kids that we adopted, you'll be my brothers. And we don't see Sherlock for a while. We see him, I think, in like episode 6 or 7. That's when he shows up, and they're on the ship, which looks like the Titanic, but it's not called the Titanic because copyright is a bitch.
Yes.
I know there was a name for it. I think it was at the end.
Yeah. They called it. I think the Noah Tick or something like that instead of the Titanic. But it looks exactly like the Titanic. But
oh, it so look like Titanic. They just don't want to say it's Titanic, so they just change the whole name.
Of course, because copyright and real life situations and but that's where he sees Sherlock. Moriarty sees Sherlock for the first time, and they actually solve a case together, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's very interesting how they first met, because it's like he didn't, like when he realized like Sherlock Holmes is very intelligent. Like he's like on the same level as him. He was like, this guy might be very interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
the way he looked at Sherlock when he was like looking at the staircase, and like he was observing Sherlock, like who the hell is this guy?
Yes.
Exactly. And then like things that he said was like looking like how do he's like way too smart. Like he figured these things out so quickly.
And this is where the fandom started shipping them.
Of course. They want to do something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I kind of ship it too. I ship the bromance.
Sherlock has Irene, okay?
No,
I'm going with that.
I ship I ship Sherlock and Irene too.
Yeah.
But you just been thinking about William and
Sherlock, yes.
and Sherlock.
I ship it.
But it's very interesting, and it's fun. It's an interesting kind of, like, sort of like some kind of friendship between them in a very
I don't know,
strange.
man. I don't know. I think it's more than. I don't know. I see it more than just a friendship.
They make it look like that. Even when you get to the end, it's like, okay, there's something there. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I was like, okay, what's going on over here?
I mean, the way that they stare at each other, and it's like, like, I mean, come on.
I know.
Something's there. I mean, what I want them to be canon. I mean, it's fine if they're not. Like, I don't care if they're not canon.
Exactly.
You can ship whatever you want. Just like don't take it so seriously if your ship isn't canon.
Exactly. But you know what my favorite thing? Like, it was the way. Like, I don't know. It's like the way he was trying to get Holmes to figure out it was him behind all this. But I love the line he said at that train when they saw each other again at the train.
This line.
This line.
Catch me if you can, Mr. Holmes. とでも申し上げれば、あなたの気は済みますか?
The way he said, "Catch me if you can, Mr. Holmes." The way he said it, I was.
So anyway, so after that line, now they started a whole fan base now with him, and that's why everybody started gushing over him.
That's that line.
Oh, okay.
And it's funny because at first, Holmes, when he heard that,
he didn't believe
laughing.
it. Yeah, he didn't believe him.
He didn't believe him. He was like, "No way! I can't think."
And meanwhile, Lewis is like staring at Sherlock, like, "Should I murder this fool right here, right now?"
Yeah.
Exactly. And he was being like, you know how an overprotected brother, like he would do anything.
I like Sherlock's nickname for Moriarty. I like the way he calls him Liam.
Yes.
I like that. It's like his nickname.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yes. And then that's how season 1 ends, and then season 2 happens, and then we're like introduced to Sherlock's brother Mycroft, and then Irene, shows up, and she's trying to get Sherlock, but she can't because Sherlock's too stupid.
Yes. He's clueless.
He's so clueless with her. I'm like, that there should be a thing between them, like Sherlock Holmes and Irene. And I know in the book they're supposed to.
It's
always an up and down with them.
Yeah, it's always consistently. It's an on and off relationship.
Yeah, between those two is always on and off, and it was like interesting. Like she is just like his equal. She is just his equal because she is very intelligent. Yeah. She is very well known, and the thing is, but it was like it's crazy because like she ended up later siding with Moriarty.
Yeah, because she wanted her freedom, and she didn't want the life of of a noble person. She wanted something different.
Yeah.
And then she basically she is a master of disguise, but she changed her identity and her personality to James Bond.
Which is funny.
Yes.
Which is so hilarious. Her name is Bond. I was like
007.
Really?
She became 007.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, I couldn't believe how she quickly made herself look like a guy, like so quickly, to like.
I like that the outfit that she has to have heels to look taller.
Yeah.
to
It's very
look like
interesting.
to look like a man's height, which I find adorable.
They didn't question her. That's why they didn't say, okay, why would a
Moran
guy
did.
wear high heel? You know, and back then guys did wear high
no,
heels.
but I mean, didn't Moriarty's right hand, I think his name is Moran, like he questioned that. He's like, "What's this woman doing here?"
Yes,
exactly.
he did.
He did question that. He was like, why is this person here? Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like, why is she here? And she wanted, and you know, it's interesting. She was trying to prove a point that you could trust me.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to make that point to him. And at first he was like, he was skeptic. He was skeptic about her being on the team.
Yes.
And then he changed his mind. And he's like, you know what?
Once they teamed up with each other, you know, and they helped Moriarty's little crime wave happen, and then we get introduced to this fucking asshole.
I know.
Oh yeah, the king of blackmail.
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody raise your hand if you hate Milverton.
Oh, I so hate him. Oh my god, I really hate this.
The entire fan base hates him, and I'm like, we all collectively hating on this man, and I love
Yes.
it.
Exactly.
Oh my god, he's
I'm
such a
raising my hand
snake.
even though nobody could see it, you know.
Yeah, he is a snake. Oh my god, what he do to people? He just loved to torture them.
Yeah.
Like, and especially like Watson's fiance. I mean, wow, that was like really low on this guy. Like, really, he goes so far to do that to. And I felt bad for also like, who was the one that he lost his brother? One of the minor characters?
Whiteley.
Whiteley, yes. That was messed up. I felt like, because he was, you know, he was involved in this whole thing. He was involved with this whole.
Whiteley is basically the Harvey Dent of Moriarty. Like, I was getting Dark Knight vibes from that one episode.
Exactly.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I felt that I was feeling Dark Knight, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what but what I see, like, he's so like he goes so low to hurt people like that.
Yeah, he doesn't have to lift a finger. He doesn't have to lift a finger. Like, he has something dirty on you, he'll keep going until, you know, you either go insane or you kill yourself.
Exactly. And then he have henchmen to do his dirty works. That's what he does.
I'm pretty sure his henchmen, you know, were also blackmailed into joining him.
There probably is. Yeah, everybody that worked with him probably were all blackmailed by him. Like, seriously. And it was messed up. Like, what he did was like, it was dirty. And then it was like he and the bad thing, he was like the only one who really know who was Moriarty really is. William, like, he really knows.
Yeah, he knew he was the Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
he knew he was the Lord of Crime, and he knew who Sherlock was too. So it's like Moriarty and Sherlock, they had a common enemy in him.
Yeah.
and they had to get rid of him.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. And then he thought, like, oh, I could just
I could just blackmail you
black
into
bow and then do everything I wanted to do.
Exactly, but Sherlock is too smart for you, sir. And you didn't expect him to figure you out.
But if you guys didn't see that episode, just some warning, it's a spoiler. That you didn't expect that Sherlock Holmes would turn his gun at him.
Yeah, and he shoots Milverton, and he supposedly, quote unquote, he falls to his death. But we find out that he's not really dead. He's still alive. But I mean, they say the body's not found, so. That's a big question mark. So we don't know what happens to him.
No body means most likely alive.
Yeah, that's the golden rule of anime. If you don't see a body, they're still alive. And then the final 2 episodes is basically Sherlock versus Moriarty, but Sherlock is trying to help Moriarty because Moriarty, throughout his entire life, he's been going down this dark path, and it's been piling up. He's been killing people, you know, his whole life, and it's been piling up on him, you know, for so long. Is that I think his brain kind of snapped, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do this anymore, and like it's like he wanted to die.
Yeah, and I think what killed, you know, what made him snap completely is when he was shocked that Sherlock Holmes actually murder someone.
Yes.
And he never expected he would go that quickly to be a murderer. He didn't expect it that soon.
Yeah,
that
because he's Batman.
He's supposed to be
You know?
Batman.
He's not supposed to kill.
He's not supposed to kill. He's like, what's my point of doing this if he's gonna be like me?
Yeah.
And
There's no
doing
point.
my dirty work. There's
Yeah.
no point of
Yeah.
challenging him or make this like a cat and mouse game with him anymore. Like
Yeah.
this is not. It's not like kind of like a game for him anymore. And then most of the time, William didn't do much. He let other people did it for him. I never seen him did too much like him
Yeah.
killing himself. Like he
Yeah.
takes it into his own hands.
Yeah,
to-
but then as you see, you saw the last couple episodes, is that, you know, William, he's killing off nobles that are cruel and, you know, that they don't deserve to live, and he's like, oh, my hands are already stained with blood. What's a little more, you know?
you see, like there was one of the noble, like so coward, such a coward, to take his children
Yeah.
as a shield, and then like Moriarty, Willem was like looking like seeing the older son say,
Yeah, take my
like,
life.
take my life, don't take my father, don't take my younger brother, please don't, just take my life. And he see the bravery, and he's like, he sees the bravery of this kid, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill him because this kid, he's brave enough to stood up better than his own father. His father actually was so low to use his own children to protect himself, and I was like,
As a shield.
that of a shield. And then he said, that's what I expect from nobles who don't give a care, who
Yeah.
don't give a crap. And that was his point. And so that's why he pushed the kid aside, and he still killed the father. He still killed the man, even after that.
Yeah, right.
Even in front of the kids.
Yeah, it was right in front of the children, and that's why, you know, of course, you know, the children, they're gonna get upset for, you know, having their father murdered, and then the child, like, he wanted revenge right away.
Exactly. And you see the kid, especially the older son, like he's like, you know, it's like revenge in his eyes. Like he wants to get revenge. And then it's sad when his people that looked up to him, like Fred and everybody else, they're like, when they see him,
When they, Moriarty was at the point where, you know, even his followers didn't want to follow him anymore.
no, they don't even want to protect him anymore, like the way what he's doing. But there's few that still like don't want him to die. They really don't want him to die. Like Fred didn't want him to die, and especially Lewis.
Yeah.
Lewis was like, I'm not gonna this is my first time I'm actually gonna disobey him. This is the first time I'm gonna go against my brother by letting him live. I don't want him to die, and he's acting home to help him, which is crazy. Like you never expect Lewis to go to Sherlock Holmes for help. Like
Yeah.
you never expect him to actually beg Holmes to save his brother.
Yeah. I mean, who better than to, you know, to help, you know, Moriarty, and once they finally meet on top of that bridge, just like in the novels, they jump to their death. Well, William jumps and Sherlock jumps right after him. And that's how the Conan Doyle novels end. Like, it's open-ended that, you know, are they dead? Are they not dead? We don't know in the novels, but in the anime and in the manga, they're still alive.
Yeah, which is interesting. They're still alive, and it's still like this, like they're like somehow they're together. They're both hanging out together, like friends and something.
In the anime, they're in Switzerland because I don't know why they chose Switzerland and not America, because that's what happens in the manga. That right now in the manga, they are recovering in America, and they're with Billy the Kid. So there's some Wild West shenanigans going on in this manga, and I'm excited to read it whenever the next chapter comes out. All I know, this is spoilers by the way for the manga, is that they survive. Sherlock saves Moriarty, and then they wind up on a ship because they obviously, you know, they passed out, and the ship is, you know, headed towards America, and they see Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid, you know, he takes care of them, and Sherlock, he decides to go back to London, and it's like 3 years later. So Lewis takes over Moriarty's, you know, Lord of Crime persona, and he also joins Mycroft with his MI6 secret agent stuff. That's about it. That's all I know what's going on in the manga.
Yeah, too. Like you see, like Albert took the full blame, took the punishment.
I'm annoyed at that. Like, how dare he end up in jail? I'm so mad.
I know. It was like
I guess someone had to take the blame for his absence.
So what? It's the elder brother that has to take the blame.
that's messed up. But
I guess.
But you know what I think it is, because he felt like it was his responsibility.
Yeah,
He
'cause
was
he's
the oldest brother.
Yeah, exactly. He's the oldest brother. That's why.
Mhm.
Let's get to the fun stuff. Who is your favorite character? Top 3 favorite characters.
Albert, Irene, and William.
Why?
Why? Why do you say why?
Why? You have to elaborate why.
Well, I like William because he's dark and wicked, and I mean he's not really wicked. He just has a different way of justice, and I like Albert. I just like because he's just like that big older brother, and cares about them and stuff. And then I have Irene because she's just awesome. Why you don't like that answer?
Because she's awesome.
No,
that was adorable. That's cute.
Okay.
Okay.
Doreen?
If I had to pick my top 3, I would pick, of course, William Moriarty. I would pick actually Holmes, and I actually would pick Watson.
Okay, why? Elaborate.
Okay. Well, because with Moriarty, I love this character because the thing is that he was, he wanted to seek justice, and I can understand why he wanted to seek justice, because the way they were treated and the way the nobles treated them, he was like, he wanted to do something better for him and better for his brothers. So I think that's why he tried to, if I get rid of these bad people out there, then it'll be a better world for us. It'll be a better world for his brothers and also for the commoners, people that were mistreated like them, like they were when they were young. So I liked it at Moria. And he was very intelligent. Every time he figured out these things, he never get caught. He was so careful how he did. Until the end, he snapped. But in the beginning, he was like, you kind of feel bad for him. I feel bad for Moriarty because, he didn't, you try to say like, oh yes, he was a villain, but you know what? The reason he became like this, the person he was, because the way he was treated and the way the nobles treated people who are different. And he was trying to make a better world. That's how he is. And in Holmes, I just like the two rivalry between these two, but Holmes could be funny, but you know what? There was a moment that Holmes, was his intelligence and how he was, especially like what he would do for Watson. Watson was like his best friend, like his brother. And even though the thing he did, okay, it could have left him in jail for life, what he did. But I know he did that to help Watson and save save Watson's marriage because of this guy who was the king of blackmail. So, and for Watson, I felt he is a sweetheart. Like, this guy would do anything for Holmes, even though Holmes gets himself in trouble.
Watson was willing to go to jail for his BFF.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He would risk anything. He would do anything for his friend. He would do anything for Holmes. He's a very good friend, and also for his fiance. He would do anything for his fiance. And it's funny how I picked them, because
you picked the 3 main characters from the Conan Doyle books.
Exactly, it's so funny. I think
since both of you took all my characters that I was gonna pick,
You can still pick them.
you can still pick them. We're not gonna judge you to pick. Like, seriously.
Fine. The only person I'm picking is Albert because he was my favorite from day one. He's just basically sophisticated Aaron from Attack on Titan.
Really?
Yes, I call him. That's the first episode I saw him. I'm like, God, dang it! It's a sophisticated Aaron.
Aaron is sophisticated.
No, he's not. He's a bird.
Well, he's a bird, but he's an intelligent bird because he's wise and now he has his freedom.
My other 2, I like Miss Hudson. This poor lady.
I know.
This lady needs her rent. Damn it, Sherlock. Why are you so broke?
I know. Sherlock
Oh,
doesn't know how
that's
to
true.
pay.
That's very true. I feel bad for that lady. That landlord lady.
But she was, she was still, she was still with him all the way through,
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't pay his rent, stupid asshole, and she has to deal with his nonsense, she's still by his side, through and through, like through it all. Even when he was in jail, and she was surprised to see him, and she was happy that he came home.
Yeah.
And my third, I like Mycroft because the manga has fucked me up. I like Sherlock's older brother. The friggin' manga screwed my head up.
Oh man.
Oh,
I don't know. I never liked his older brother.
No, Mycroft in the manga is he's great.
He's great, better than the anime.
He's not a butt.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm like, he's a butt. I'm like, no.
No, he's not a butthead. No.
Yeah.
I know. Normally they portray Mycroft as like this pain in the ass to Sherlock, but he's not.
It's not until the end he did something like sort of right. You know what I mean? Like he did something. But not. It wasn't too much though. Like he wasn't too much throughout the series.
Yeah, I know. But whenever he's around, like I have my attention.
Gotcha.
Like, sir, you have my attention. Anything else we need to cover? Well, you guys haven't read the manga, so.
No, we haven't read. Yeah, we gotta read
I think you
Maybe
should.
we should check it out.
You should. The volumes just started coming out in the United States. Japan has most of them. Europe has most of them. Us, it's a turtle's pace. The way the volumes are coming out right now. In total, there are 15 volumes for now. I think we're gonna have more volumes, but the United States, we're only up to volume 4 right now. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go into final thoughts about this series?
Yes.
Okay, final thoughts.
So my final thoughts is that I really enjoyed it. It was very interesting. It was very good about the rivalry between Sherlock and Williams. And then I was looking around to see if I could find Basil, but there was no Basil. And I'm very upset about that.
That's a great mouse detective.
I know.
Wrong Sherlock! Wrong Sherlock lore, young lady.
Come on, he could be in there. Basil Baker Street can be there.
He's not part of Disney, man. Seriously, Disney did that.
Oh well. But anyways, that's what I wanted.
You know the Great Mouse Detective is just a ripoff of Sherlock Holmes. You know that, right?
It's okay. I still like him.
I liked it too.
I still love it too. I still love that movie.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying it's just an homage to Sherlock Holmes. That's it.
I still like that movie,
I know. I like it too.
even though it's a ripoff of it.
Okay, gotcha.
And then who else? I like that. I like the characters.
Everybody's handsome.
They did it on purpose because I guess they wanted the fan base to grow, so that's why they did that.
Lorraine, final thoughts.
Okay. I really did love the show, and it was like it was interesting about all these characters, and you kind of like it's interesting because you see like their point of view of justice, like with Sherlock Holmes and Moriarty, why they did what they did. You know what I mean? Like solving the case, and you go to love these characters. You actually love the story. You love the characters. You love like every. And it was like and it got dark. I mean, there was part that was like extremely dark and things like you're like, no, you didn't want that to happen. And then it happened. And it was like, and then when it got close to the end with Moriarty snap, I was like, oh my God, he really lost it. And I understand that he did that purposely. Like I think he wanted people to hate him. He wanted the people to hate him and Holmes be the hero, and then he's the villain. He's the villain of the story.
Because
so
that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's the way it's supposed to be. That's how I think was how he wanted it. And it was very interesting that how in the end, like Holmes was saying that he wasn't coming in as a detective to him. He was coming to him as a friend.
Yeah.
As a friend,
And I
yeah.
love,
Yeah.
I love that part that he stepped aside. It's a really good storyline, and it's like if you want to,
This series is very underrated.
it's
It
very,
is.
it is underrated.
Because you know what it was when this show premiered. We had in October of 2020, we had Attack on Titan premiering. We had My Hero. We had Demon Slayer. We had all these high tier anime series airing, and then right in the tippy itty bitty, all the way in the bottom is Moriarty.
Yes.
I don't even know how I found out about this show. I think I was looking at. What was I looking at? I don't know what I was looking at. And I'm like, what is this Moriarty the Patriot? I'm like, is this based off Sherlock Holmes? They're making a Sherlock Holmes anime? What is this?
Mhm. And it wasn't. I'm glad that you introduced this anime to me and Christina about it, and it was really. No, but it was like it's something totally new. Like it's something we didn't expect.
It is new. This is totally
Very
different.
different.
Yeah, it's very different from all the other shonen anime that we've been watching.
Exactly, and that's why I was like, this is totally different. This is totally different. We never get anything like this in a while.
Like
You
if
get
if you like Death Note, you'll like this.
Yes.
Oh yes, it definitely be similar, a little similar to Death Note.
Because a
like-
lot of people are comparing this to Death Note, and I kind of agree. My initial final thoughts is this was a very underrated anime. I hope there's a season 3 or a movie because the manga is still going. Definitely pick up the manga if you can. I know in the United States it's very difficult now because manga is on the rise and a lot of manga volumes are being sold out everywhere. I know it's hard, but at least give this series a chance. Get the manga, show your support, buy the merchandise. I don't even know what else to say. This is just an overall, fantastic mystery series, and I'm in it for the long haul. No matter how long it takes for the manga to end, I'll be here. Hopefully it doesn't take 20 something years like a certain other series, which I will not
that we
mention.
know of.
Yeah, just show your support to this series, and we'll have another fun podcast next time. Bye.